figure it out. It's fine. I'm going to see through. We live? Hey, Drew's on a plane. Poor guy went to Hawaii. That's what happens when you live in California. You're a lot closer to Hawaii, and he is off having fun. Well, not anymore. He's on a plane. Hopefully he has some Wi-Fi to at least watch the game. Actually, I say that, but maybe I don't hope that upon anybody. This game sucks. Kevin Cloonan hitting on this first touchdown score, still live. I forgot to bet it. Maybe some help with that, because I have a couple books that offer just next score. I could hit that in the old halftime here. I'm not sure what to make of this. We had 4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes, something along the lines of that. The stats, if you look at the stats here, neither team is doing much. They're both under 4 yards per play. Actually, no, we had 5 turnovers in this game already. Yikes. And yeah, I referenced last year's awesome game where we had drama, intrigue, lots of points at the end, a really fucked up cover with the the pitchy woo woo play, and boy, this is everything that we don't have here. So yeah, hit me in the comments. Find me something to bet for anytime touchdown score. The second half opens Ravens a half-point favorite. Total somehow 23.5. I guess teams have been moving. They've just been stopping themselves with turnovers. Only one red zone appearance, though. The Ravens did get into the red zone. Obviously did not score. Yeah, this is just another kind of poop game. This game is going to go to overtime, all field goals. I feel like overtime isn't off the board, man. Obviously, I don't expect Tucker to miss if they get close. And I don't know, the Cleveland kicker's been okay. I thought right off the bat that Baker Mayfield looked pretty good. I guess he kind of was to start, but he is 10 for 22 at this point. Lamar, 10 for 17, but 3 picks. The run game has been kind of working. These teams haven't even got to 5 yards per pass at this point. Neither team really rushing the ball all that well, although Baltimore does have 61, a lot of that on the legs of Lamar Jackson. He has 40 of those himself. Few penalties, but mostly, yeah, the big order is the turnovers. I'm not at Drew's place, Gav. Drew, and yeah, real quick, anybody who missed the beginning, Drew's on an airplane. He is not going to do this from the bathroom. Oh, mile high halftime, though. That's a kind of a thing. Maybe someday. The plane Wi-Fi just isn't that good. He'll be back. So anybody who also missed the show that we do, right leading into this game, we're going to do it tomorrow. We're going to go through the whole slate of games, give our takes on what happened, and then take a look at the early markets. If I bet anything myself, I'll tweet it out. I'll put it on BetSperts. I haven't done a lot of that. I'm really, really, really grinding college basketball tonight. It's not going well. I guess the over did get kind of steamed in this late. It got bet down from 48, and then it got bet back up. So you can find a lower number than this for the total, but boy, I don't quite know what to make of this. I'm tempted to take some Cleveland here. I thought they were doing fine with the ball, but then Baker goes and does. I guess I shouldn't let one play completely dictate things, but man, Baker's drop back where he just kind of dropped the ball, and I don't know, it's like his hand went numb or something. It just fell out of it. He looked pretty rough in that spot. So, yeah, if anybody in the chat has a hot take on what we should bet here, I'm going to take a look at the numbers, kind of see which way it's moving. Pull it up at maybe a market making book, see what they think of things. Took some +7. I think maybe a live bet. Do you think they bench Baker at some point? I mean, I don't think he's been benchable bad. The turnover hasn't been great. The turnover is only one of them on him, but I'm not sure if it's a full bet, especially when you're still in this game. I mean, they had a chance there too. They got the ball with a half decent chance to maybe even go into halftime tied here. I'm seeing 23 juice to the over. Oh boy, I think I'm probably just gonna end up on Cleveland here. I have some Baltimore pre-game though, so I'm creating a cute little 1 point Polish middle that probably ends up hitting. Um, God, look at that. That doesn't look quite as good when it's just me in the middle. Thumbs up on YouTube. Um, yeah, if anybody has the steam kind of came in on Cleveland here. Lamar looks fine running it. I'm sitting on Ravens. I think if I had to bet this, man, we're missing Conklin now. Miles Garrett's looking very good. I hadn't got, if anyone has an update on um, Clowney, I know he went off for a bit. I think Clowney maybe returned. I'm not sure if it completely matters, but yes, we should take a minute to talk about just how good Miles Garrett is. He defended a pass. It was probably a touchdown pass. He ended up getting his paws on. He has a sack. He has a tackle for loss. He's been disrupting the pocket pretty nicely. If we can get anything out of the Browns, I think we look good here. So I'm gonna take the Browns. I'm gonna take a little on the money line, but the main bet will be plus 0.5. So basically, just get me a tie here. Kind of just buying out of my pregame position because I have the Ravens, I think, minus 3.5. So basically, one of those is going to end up. One of those has to win if my math is right. Boy, it's been a long Sunday already for me. So Browns plus 0.5, minus 108 is what I ended up on. I haven't really thought that the Ravens blitz game is. They do call some exotic blitzes there. I know we saw some looks with some screen passes to kind of beat that. That is how you beat a blitzing team like this. The Ravens were kind of on top of those, but I do think you have a nice head coach here. This is your reigning coach of the year, who made a couple pretty awful calls. Honestly, who was it? The wide receiver that decided to throw the ball on the first turnover. I think that was just Landry, but I don't know. I'm not sure why you're deciding to get cute versus a team like this doing things like that. So I'm hoping they get back to a little more basics. I know it's not an easy team to run on, but they should be having a little more success on the ground with the players they have. If Baker can calm down a little, they've been a little better on third down. They've been a little better yards per play. They've obviously been better passing. Lamar has, 74 yards passing. A couple sacks have really hurt. And then, just the 2.1 yards per rush. That's putrid. I don't think I can get in bed. I don't think I can get in bed with Lamar here because he's made such bad throws. I mean, what do we want to say? The throw, I don't know which one was worse, honestly. Somebody on Twitter called it a Garoppolo interception. I think that's kind of what we should be calling those because it was just right into the gut of I don't know if that was a safety. I'm not 100% sure which position it was. It might have been a linebacker dropping down, but yeah, Baker's dinged up. I think we've seen that a little. Some of these quarterbacks are so insistent on playing. Obviously, Baker's in a weird position with the contract. I don't know if this probably ends up hurting him in the long run, but I think the same thing happened in the Rams game. I don't think Stafford was 100%. He threw some pretty shitty balls. He was still able to huck it deep enough to get Van Jefferson a couple times. But yeah, if maybe yay or nay from the chat. Do you feel more confident in betting on the Browns if you knew Case Keenum was coming out of that tunnel and starting the second half? I don't think it's a downgrade for me. I think it's probably at least a net neutral. So yeah, wherever we are in the Baker Mayfield shit cycle is not in a good spot for him right now because I think maybe people are doubting him in the first half and he quickly accelerates into that second leg where people are doubting him and he comes out and plays well. But yeah, I'm thinking with most of the chat here is saying they take Keenum over Baker. I don't think it's a downgrade. I don't think he makes as many bonehead plays. I think maybe a little more mobile and obviously less hurt. So right now, somebody's talking futures. I'd love to check this out. AFC North futures. I'm sure it's all fairly tight. Obviously, besides maybe our Steelers, but Bengals to win the AFC North is interesting. That probably something we'll bring up this week. Mark Andrews touchdown, 1,100. I can get there. I've often wondered this myself. If Baker gets benched, does he have to move out of the stadium? I don't fully know that he actually lives in the stadium, but he does have like 300 commercials like that. They must have just knocked those all out in one day. I suppose he does go there every Sunday or every few Sundays. Baker is plus 175 to throw a pick. If Kyle bets this, I'm begging you, Kyle, to bet this because this is how Baker gets benched by you betting this, not him throwing a pick. You bet this and he won't take a single snap in the second half. You have that kind of power on these kind of props. That happens to you all the time. Sorry to throw you under the bus there, but I need you for this. Just flow move with him. Baker's face paint. What do you think? When are you thinking you'll be ready for college hoops? I'm getting darn close. I've my spreadsheet every year. I say I'm going to clean it up. I was telling Dan this off the air. I say I'm going to get it cleaned up so then the next year I know what all the columns mean and all the scraping is cleaned up and I'm able to find everything, and then I never do. So I spent like 6 hours today trying to clean up some data. It hasn't gone well. We're getting close. I'm 90% sure I'm going to bet some college basketball tomorrow. Probably just talk about it on Brown Bag Bets in the morning, 11:30 Eastern, right here on the same YouTube channel. Me and Noops. Noops will have some NBA for sure. We'll have first touchdown scores. Does anybody have a no touchdown scorer in this one? I placed it the other day in a game where there was a touchdown in like the first 3 minutes. Oh, this guy bet Chicago State this week. I don't know. Like that's the thing. That's the thing about a handicap. Like there's teams that are horrible. Mississippi Valley State, Chicago State. Some of these teams are horrible, but and those numbers are going to get big enough. Sometimes there's value. I used to bet the Delta Devils all the time. What's up with the long ass lanky kid for Gonzaga? He's super good. He looks like he's going to slip through a crack in the sidewalk. But Christ, he was good. I watched part of the UCLA game. He's something. Somebody says it's 1,400 right now for no touchdown. Where is Art U? I saw that, man. Who was it? UC Davis lost to a bye game. When you do a bye game and you're a lower level, I don't even know what UC Davis is in. Maybe the WAC, one of those, or the Big West, maybe. When you're in one of those smaller West Coast conferences and you do a bye game, you're getting like a D3 or an NIAI school. Art U, that's a bad one to lose. Who would win, UCLA or One Long Boy? I mean, it was One Long Boy, although Gonzaga did drop that game to Duke, which was a good one anyway. Academy of the Arts University. Drew was not banned for streaming while under the influence. Drew is just flying back from Hawaii because such is life in California. That's the only way you can escape the high tax rates in California is to go to Hawaii once in a while. I think he claims partial residence over there. Now that the travel restrictions are a little loosened for him, they've been trying to get back there a little. It is overtime. I'm pretty excited to not watch some of this game. I probably won't do it terribly long to overtime. My advice to you would be to, first off, hit the thumbs up button in the YouTube chat because I like that. And second of all, I don't even care if it's on my face. I think it's funny now. Second off, maybe shut this game off and go find a YouTube stream of the second half of last year's game between these two teams. Because Christ, again, I don't know if there was a more fun game in my lifetime that I've watched that wasn't like a playoff game. That one was just electric. Drew did not take any owls. Thoughts on Rams Jags total next week? What are we seeing there? I'm gonna pull up bookmakers odds here quick. Rams Jags 48. Jags defense kind of playing tough, but man, that offense taking a move. Shout out to us. Congrats to us for Jaguars team total was set at 23.5 this week, despite not have scoring 24 points since week 13 of last year, not getting there yet this year, and they still set it that high. So secret team total play under. Congrats to Jags team total under bettors with us. That was a nice win. That was honestly got a little sweaty, I guess, but pretty easy in the long run. I'm not sure. I feel like you might see a decent showing from the Rams. Just the Rams aren't going to show out against bad teams, it feels like. And they've had a couple down weeks here now. So that total's probably about right for me. I didn't look too deep into any of these. Honestly, despite I like Minnesota, I still feel like Minnesota should have covered, maybe even won today. That was a rough game. Fabian nailed that one by betting the over once. It sucks. It's what we do. It sucks like saying, oh, we're betting on this because of this. But after the Everson Griffin stuff and the Vikings still being down a bunch of players on the defensive line, few people ended up taking that over. Minnesota ended up, getting a little bit of a pass rush. But, man, missing that many defensive players is going to be bad. So I even mentioned that in an article today. I said maybe Minnesota team total over cash is a little easier than getting them within 3 if this defense stinks. So I guess the roundabout way of saying I might bet the Lions +7 next week. That doesn't feel great, especially it looks like it's trying to find its way to 7.5. I think you'll probably see some buyback there. Lions at home. They've been a scrappy bunch. And again, if Minnesota's going to be missing that many pieces up front, the Lions might actually move the ball a little. So we'll get into a lot of those for once we get into tomorrow. I'm going to hope – actually, I should just check the stream. I can get ahead of this here. This 3rd and 6 here. I'm not going to wait till a score. If I waited for a score in this one, I might be waiting a very long time. And again, I do need to finish some basketball stuff, but 3rd and 6. Are we doing penalties here or what happened? First down. All right. Well, fucking, I guess. Go defense. Let's go Myles Garrett. Let's get some sacks here. Again, thanks for joining. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the comments. SEC championship preview. That's a good thought. Maybe we do something with college during the week. Even if it's not me and Drew, if we can get some college people maybe the college guys, make them do a bonus one, make them earn their keep. Talk championship weekend. Oh, I did. So we do a stream here on Saturday mornings. Gets into some college football betting, DFS, college football prop bets. Those two guys are actually maniacs at player props in college football. They do very well with that. But I think we're going to do a Friday show with them. I'm going to make Matt run a Friday show because Saturday is a little weird, and we have Friday night games that really, really actually do matter. We have conference championships on Friday. So look for some college content this week. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Remember, 7 p.m. Eastern here. Drew and I will go over the whole week. We'll get into this slate of games coming up, first looks, and then normal time on Wednesday. And we'll catch you then.